Migrating your website might seem daunting, like moving to a new home, but don't worry. With a little planning and this guide, the process can be smooth and stress-free. Why move your website? You might need faster hosting, more features, or better security. Whatever your reason, will guide you every step of the way. Think of this process as a fresh start for your online presence. You're not just changing your address, you're upgrading your entire experience. This guide will break down the migration process into manageable steps, ensuring your website's safe and successful transfer to its new home. Remember, a well-executed migration is invisible to your visitors. They'll continue experiencing your website seamlessly, unaware of the behind-the-scenes magic you've performed. So, let's dive in and ensure your website migration is a success story. Before we move a single file, we need a safety net. Imagine packing your belongings without labeling boxes. Chaos. Backing up your website is like carefully labeling everything. We need to back up two main things: your website files and your database. Website files are like your furniture, images, design templates, and the code that makes your website tick. Your database is like your filing cabinet, storing crucial information like user data and blog posts. Most hosting providers offer backup tools. Use them. Alternatively, you can manually download your files and export your database. Keep these backups safe. They're your insurance policy if anything goes wrong. Having a recent backup provides peace of mind. It's like knowing you have a spare key if you ever get locked out. With your website securely backed up, you can proceed confidently, knowing you can restore everything to its previous state if needed. With your backup secured, let's prepare your new hosting environment. Think of this as getting your new home ready before moving in. You'll need to choose a new hosting plan that meets your website's needs. Consider factors like storage space, bandwidth, and performance. Once you've chosen your plan, you'll need to create a new database on your new host. This is where your website's data will live. Your new hosting provider will have instructions on how to do this. It's a simple process, usually involving a few clicks in your hosting control panel. With your database set up, your new hosting environment is almost ready. This step ensures a smooth transition for your website's data and sets the foundation for a successful migration. Now for the big move. We'll transfer your website files and database to your new host. Think of this as carefully unpacking and arranging your belongings in your new home. Start by connecting to your new hosting account using an FTP client like FileZilla. Using the FTP client, upload the website files you backed up earlier to the public_HTML directory on your new host. This directory is like the entryway to your website. It's where visitors will first access your content. Next, import your database backup into the new database you created on your new host. Your hosting provider will have instructions for this process, which usually involves using a tool like PHPMyAdmin. With these steps, your website is now on its new server. Pointing the way, updating your DNS settings. While your website is now on the new server, your domain name still points to your old host. Imagine having a new address but forgetting to tell the post office. We need to update your DNS settings, which act like your website's address book, telling browsers where to find your site. Log into your domain registrar's website, where you registered your domain name. Look for the DNS management section. Here you'll need to update the A record and CNAME record to point to your new hosting server's IP address. Your new hosting provider will provide you with the correct IP address. These changes might take a few hours to propagate across the internet, like waiting for the post office to update its records, but once they do, your domain name will correctly point to your new hosting server. Testing, 1, 2, 3, verifying a successful migration. Your website should now be live on your new host. But before you celebrate, let's verify everything works correctly. Think of this as testing all the lights and appliances in your new home. Open your website in a web browser. Does everything look as it should? Next, test your website's functionality. Log into your admin area, submit contact forms, and browse your website to ensure everything is working as expected. Pay attention to any broken links, error messages, or unusual behavior. If you encounter any issues, don't panic. Refer to your backups and the troubleshooting tips in the next section. With careful testing and attention to detail, you can ensure your website is running smoothly on its new host. Troubleshooting tips: overcoming common migration hiccups. Even with meticulous planning, you might encounter a few hiccups during migration. Don't worry, it's normal. Here are some common issues and solutions. Website not displaying correctly. Double-check your DNS settings. Ensure you've updated the A record and CNAME record with the correct IP address provided by your new host. DNS changes can take some time to propagate. Error: establishing a database connection. Verify that you've correctly updated the database credentials in your website's configuration file. This file is usually named wp-config.php for WordPress sites. * internal server error. This generic error can be caused by various factors. Check your new host's error logs for more specific information. You can usually find error logs in your hosting control panel. * file permission issues. Ensure your website files and directories have the correct permissions. Incorrect permissions can prevent your website from accessing specific files or directories. * missing content. If some content is missing, double-check that you've transferred all files and directories from your old host to your new host. Pay close attention to image directories and subdirectories. If you're still facing issues, don't hesitate to contact your new hosting provider's support team. They can help diagnose and resolve any technical issues you might encounter. Conclusion: smooth sailing to your new hosting destination. Migrating your website might seem like a technical mountain to climb, but with a step-by-step approach, it's manageable. Remember to back up your website, choose a reliable hosting provider, carefully transfer your files and database, update your DNS settings, and thoroughly test your website after the move. By following this guide and taking things one step at a time, you can ensure a smooth and successful website migration. Your website will be up and running on its new host in no time, ready to reach new heights.